Who is Soldiers Outreach? It began with a vision of me realizing that I believed that there was a group of people who saw what I was seeing and that I was not the only one, and that it was possible that we could come together and with pooling our resources, our energy, our love, we could make a difference in the community. What you're seeing is a group of soldiers, sold out, living, delivered in everlasting righteous service. And when I say sold out, meaning I'm sold out to the love that I'm experiencing, and I am doing any and everything I can to serve those. And what it does for the children is, especially on, when we do our feeding programs, our outreach programs, it helps them to know that they matter. The kids didn't ask to be here. They were brought here. They deserve to be able to eat free. And so as I began to see all the restaurants throwing food away, and I began to see how much waste was in my life, I said, it's gotta be something we can do. And Kids Eat Free was born out of that. It's been several things that have happened since we started Kids Eat Free. The first thing that blew me away is that we went and we set up a whole feeding system. We set up our tents and we went to a neighborhood and we said, Kids Eat Free. And I wasn't sure if people were going to show up. And when we set it up, the entire neighborhood showed up. And there was this one woman who was saying thank you. And I almost think that we got that on video. She was saying thank you.
I just let him know it was a great thing that he was doing today and able to save me at least one more meal for another day, because I was limited on my selection, so amen.
That's what Kids Eat Free is about.
And when I heard that, that pricked my heart. And I said, we got to continue to do this. I thought it was for the kids. I never thought that this thing was also feeding the families for the weekend. And the mothers and the parents were now coming to us saying, thank you. Let me tell you something. Times are hard. Times are so hard. And sometimes people's pride won't allow them to ask. But I believe that Soldiers is an organization where you don't have to ask. We just go ahead and show you. That's what Soldiers is about. That's why I think Soldiers is being effective. And I know there's so many more people who feel just like me and they just want to do something. Kids Eat Free is something that you can now do the rest of my life. I will be feeding children in any way, shape, or form, by myself, with help, or anybody. That's why I'm asking you to say, help us, join us. You ain't gotta, it's not a church, it's just love. We're just coming together to say, hey, we can come together and make a difference. Believe it or not, it took me a long time to do this interview. It took me a long time to want to sit down and talk about this, because I'm just so used to doing things by myself and just having a few people work with me. But I realized this was bigger than me. This is bigger than all of us put together. Now, if you know anything about me, I've done things in this community for years and never charged a dime. Plays all over this place. People come to me all the time saying, I was 12, I was 10, I was 15, I'm now married, and here's my family. So these things have been happening where I'm just seeing the changes that took place in the community as a result of the service that I was led to do along with the soldiers who work with us. And it wasn't always people from our church, it was people who just understood the love. And now I'm at a point where I realize this is bigger than me, as I said, and it's bigger than you, and something has to be done. And so I need help. And I'm saying at this point, look at the reputation. Look at what has happened over the last 25 years. And I'm saying, and it's almost hard to say it, but if I've been a blessing in any way in your life, you know where I stand, you know what my heart is about. And I want to help these kids. And I can't get rest until it happens. So I'm calling all old soldiers. I'm calling people who say they go to the church, but I ain't seen you in a minute. I don't care who you are. People who have come to the shows and said, this is a wonderful show. I'm asking now, I need your help. I've done all the Eagle stuff. I've done the ministry, the plays, and I'll continue to do that. But my heart is for these children. So for me to go on this GoFundMe page and say, can you help me do this? Help us do this, the soldiers. There's a whole family. Very humbling. But I know this. I was taught this by a man of integrity, Bishop David Perrin. And he told me, you have not because you ask not. And I haven't asked, but now I'm asking. I'm asking you to go to the page, give a donation. And I'm gonna believe God that we're gonna fill a warehouse with lunches. You're probably asking yourself, well, how do I get involved? I hear your vision. I hear what you're trying to do. I'm ready. You can come volunteer to help us pack lunches. You can help us distribute the lunches on Fridays, because we're going to have to go to several schools at a time. You can volunteer to help unload the tents and all the things that we do to set up our facility. You may be someone who knows how to plan and say, oh, we're going to set this here, we're going to set this here, and this is what we're going to do. You may know someone who can help us. Like we had a blessing. We were able to go to a grocery store in Hyattsville. It was a sister who heard what we were doing, and she just said, hey, y'all come on. And we got so many lunches. I was just amazed. You may know someone who says, hey, we'll partner with you. Whatever type of help you can bring. I could try to name it all day long. You know what you bring to the table. So there you have it. My name is Deron Cloud. I represent Soldiers Outreach. If you don't know who I am, ask somebody. But if you know me, look at my history, look at my heart, look at the service that has been provided to the community over the years, and ask yourself, is this something you can be a part of? Anything that you give will be a blessing. Anything. I thank you. Service is the rent you pay while you're here on this earth. It's just time to take a stand, and let's stand for these children, because nobody else is.